there's this gadget,
right,
and it's called Kindle. It's like an iPod, but it's for books, and users download whatever they want, and they can read it off the Kindle wherever they go. It's cool.
But now Amazon, the company behind the Kindle, is being sued. Seems it didn't have the rights to some of the books that they had, so they remotely deleted them from customers' Kindles without notifying them first. Well, among those suing is a student who lost some of his classwork in the process. Take a listen.
I bought a Kindle thinking that I would own these books like I would a regular paper book. And what Amazon did proves that you don't. And I want to be involved in something that would set a precedent to move the industry forward, so that something like this couldn't happen again, and to mature the industry.
How much money are you looking for?
I'm not looking for money.
Amazon did refund the money, by the way, and it has apologized. But did it even have the right to delete the books in the first place? Let's ask our legal panel. Paul Callan, a former prosecutor and professor at media law at Seton Hall University, and Kisha Hebbon, a defense attorney. All right, well, Paul, you, and I say this in the sweetest way, are a gadgetaire geek.
Yes.
I mean, he's got every gadget known to man.
He's got a gadget right there.
And he's got his Kindle right here. Why don't you open it up and show everybody, camera 2, what your Kindle looks like and what you use it for?
Well, that's a Kindle, and basically this device will store 1,500 books, as well as ongoing subscriptions to things like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Economist, whatever you want to subscribe to.
Okay, so then if you're a student and you're using that, gone are the days of the encyclopedias. Man, I wish I had that when I was in college. And let's say you're using it to put all your notes in there. You've got, an exam coming up, and then all of a sudden it's gone. I mean, Amazon, do they have the right to do that? I mean, in this day and age, with this sort of modern technology,
I bet there's a license agreement that says they can do it.
Yes, there is, and this is probably why he gets migraine headaches from time to time, because he sits around thinking about things like this. Licensing agreements. Yes, that's exactly true. You're allowed to download a book. You buy a book from Amazon. They only charge $9 for it, by the way. You go into Barnes & Noble, you might have to pay as much as $20 for the book. Right. Or you can buy a textbook. That then gets stored in your virtual library. So if I lose this, or I buy a new device 3 years from now, I can download the book theoretically. But what Amazon did in this case was they just went and deleted the book this kid had bought. He bought 1984.
So, Kisha, maybe they were legally entitled to do that, but I think, as a lawyer, they shouldn't have.
I agree. And you mentioned licensing agreement. Who really reads those? The license agreements the average consumer probably doesn't read the license agreement. And I took a look at it being a lawyer. I looked at it, and it says that when the consumer purchases a book, they have the right to permanently own it. So their licensing agreement, to me, it sounds like a breach of contract.
Sounds like Big Brother to me. I mean, if you're going to develop this, and I think it's a great idea, and it's fantastic, but once you buy, it's their mistake. I mean, they shouldn't have put the book on there in the first place. Why is it the student's fault?
Well, it's not his fault, but the question is, the student's gone out now, he's hired a lawyer, and he's filed a class action lawsuit. Thousands of people across the country now are going to be suing Amazon.com and Kindle because they deleted his book. And by the way, they refunded his money, and I just checked the Kindle. 1984 is back in their library again. So they must have negotiated, they must have made a mistake negotiating rights, and now they've renegotiated
And they can't get back that info? I mean, that's gone?
The problem with the student, Paul, is that his notes, he had notes in there for his homework assignment. So it's not just about the book that was deleted, but his notes were there. And if they would have gave a proper warning, maybe he could have backed the notes up.
That's a good point. But let me just explain something about the Kindle with respect to the notes. When you're reading a book, you can annotate it, put notes in the margins, and then that gets saved on the computer. Amazon saved his notes. They deleted the book, but he can go and print out his notes. Now, his lawyer says, well, that really doesn't count because he's got a note there and he doesn't know what paragraph in the book it referred to. Right. I think the kid can figure it out.
Should he get compensatory damages, the plaintiff?
I believe he should. And also I think because there was no warning that these notes and the book was going to be deleted, there should be either compensatory or some type of consequential damages.
But what are his damages?
What are his damages? He says he's not looking for money, but what are his damages? Did he fail the class? What would he have to prove that this actually...
He could be emotionally damaged forever.
Oh, please, you lawyers with your emotional damage.
He's got to redo the whole new assignment. I mean,
so he's going to do better on the exam. He's going to read 1984 again. He's going to ace it.
Well, Paul,
he doesn't have
you're
damages.
a professor. Imagine if a whole semester's worth of work was saved on your
it would be
Kindle.
different if I was damaged. I would have a lawsuit.
Oh,
but
really?
No, that's
a double standard.
Keisha raises a legitimate point. If, as a professor, for instance, I did all my planning on the Kindle and it got wiped out, I'd be pretty angry about that, but I will guarantee you, getting back to Greg's point, the licensing agreement that I signed doesn't guarantee me the right to consequential damages.
All right.
So, the picture. Oh, yes.
All right. And bottom line, can he get the notes back, or is that gone? I mean, he
can get his notes back.
Amazon has the notes.
They
so
have
it's not
the
like
notes,
he lost
and
it.
he concedes it, but he can't figure out what paragraph his notes refer to.
The Kindle also has an amazingly convenient little feature to it.
You took that photograph.
You could put pictures on it.
With your iPhone?
Yes, I took the photograph with my iPhone.
That was
I emailed it to my Kindle because I knew we'd all be getting together today.
Well, I hope Amazon doesn't grab the picture of me and Paul and Greg with our Starbucks coffees there, because that's worth a fortune.
Is that Starbucks or is that
we were drinking Starbucks.
Oh,
no, that was Starbucks.
No.
All right.
Just checking. All right.
Kisha Hebbon and Paul Callan, thank you so much.
Always
I knew
nice
you
to be
being
here.
a geek would pay off one day. Thank you.